Hi, I'm Joshua Curving, and welcome to another Death Battle prediction video. But first, Ultron versus Sigma. Honestly, this was a very, very good fight. While it was definitely a stomp in terms of basically all the statistics and arsenals and pretty much everything, really, it was still very good to see them give both characters everything that they should have. It doesn't matter if one of the fighters is 10,000 times less powerful than the other, as long as you do clarify that these stats are there and it's a good fight, then honestly I'm happy with it. But like they said, the fight never really was about the physical, and they did exactly what they should have. The Sigma virus was nowhere near powerful enough to take out the Ultron AI. So basically, my prediction was spot on. In terms of stats, stomp. Virus battle, stomp. But the animation was really good, and the jokes were very good as well. I will actually note that this is the first battle that was written by one of the official research team. I believe it was Swan who did this one, I think, if I recall. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. So he did a very good job. A lot of the jokes were really on point. And just, I really liked in the animation with kind of how they had that army versus army vibe to it, similar to how they did with like Wily versus Eggman. It didn't focus very much on that, but it was nice that it was there. As well, I know that both characters actually have like pretty limited sprite work, so the animators did a phenomenal job with that. And the voice actors did a really good job, though you can only give Sigma's voice actor so much credit for doing a good job when it's literally the one who voiced him in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, so it's kind of him. And that brings us to the next time. We have a match that I actually really liked a while ago. Roshi versus Jiraiya. Wonderful fight, perfectly thematic. Before Super, it was super close. Like, very, very close of a fight. Roshi kind of edged out in stats. Jiraiya kind of edged out in abilities and hacks. Mostly due to the fact that Roshi hadn't done a lot in a long time and wasn't really necessarily scaling to everything. And then Super, where he not only fought in the Tournament of Power, but in the canon manga, he popped pretty much Ultra Instinct and was dodging attacks from Jiren. For a while. It was only a couple seconds, but he was still dodging attacks from Jiren. GG. There's nothing else I really need to say other than the fact that he was just dodging attacks from someone like Jiren. So, in terms of speed, Jiraiya can't land anything on him, and in terms of strength, he's not gonna survive anything, and Jiraiya can't hurt him. So we have the situation where we have all three stats just completely in Roshi's favor. But as I said before, you have the debate where Jiraiya can win with hacks. Because he does have a good amount of hacks. He can turn people into frogs, which would basically nullify their stats and abilities. He can control people via their shadows. So there's some good stuff there, too. Roshi does have some hacks of his own, like the, I believe it's called the Mufaba sealing, which he can basically seal people in a container and just kind of dispose of it. So that might be one thing. Roshi can read minds as well, though. So it does kind of come down to the point where Roshi's telepathy to know what they're going to do. Yeah, this is Dragon Ball stuff, by the way, not Dragon Ball Z or Super. Roshi hasn't been relevant for a damn long time. There's a lot of abilities that people aren't even aware that he has. But in this case, things like telepathy are going to help him know what Jiraiya is planning. So a lot of his various instant win hacks, such as turning him into a frog or things like that, just aren't going to be able to land, especially given the stat difference. So really that kind of puts us at the point where it's just Roshi's fight to win. Ultimately, there's not much more that I can say. The preview looked really good. If a little bit janky on the sprites, but again, limited sprites. So I will see you guys after the next one. This is a bit of a short one, but it's a bit of a straightforward answer. So I will see you guys next time for... I'm going to go out on a limb and say Thanos versus Darkseid. Just because they said that it's like the most popular matchup they've had requested. They posted a tweet of one of the mocap actors doing like a Fortnite dance, which would basically be relevant because Thanos, I believe, is a character that you can play as in Fortnite. So that's actually a pretty major hint for them to drop. And then there's just a couple other things as well that just definitely lead it to me thinking that Thanos versus Darkseid is happening, with Infinity War having just happened and going to be happening, I believe, fairly soon for part 2. But hopefully we get a good fight, at least for the finale. And I will see you guys for that one. Have a good one.